What is up, you YouTubers? It is I, Henry, coming to you today with a deck profile of a deck that I have been interested in, and I wanted to make as soon as it came out, but I've seen people play it, and it hasn't been very good. However, I still wanted to try it out, and I got the cards for it, the majority of it. Um, Again, sorry I haven't been on actually in over a week. I've been busy with baseball and stuff like that. So, but I'm here now, and I'll get right into the profile. So the profile is of Spiritual Beasts, and it's a fun deck. I mean, oops, messed up there. But I am missing 3 E-Tellys, but I feel that E-Tellys actually take up a special summon. So I chose to run 3 upstarts instead of the E-Tellys. Um, it does deck thin because this deck also doesn't have the best consistency. Yes, E-Tellys would make it more consistent because you can pick the monster you want to summon. And since there are 3 types of psychic monsters, which are the tamers, you have targets for it. But I'm actually, if I were to run E-Telly, I'd only run 2. I actually don't like E-Telly that much. If they did come out with a 4th tamer, however, I would run 3 E-Telly. But that's why I'm running 3 Upstart over E-Telly, even though I haven't even gotten the deck profile. I'm already talking about the deck. But anyway, without further ado, here we go. So of course we have 3 Elder. It's pretty much it's the best tamer. It's pretty much your double summon. It's actually, yeah, it's pretty much your double summon. 2 Wen. I've seen a lot of people run 3, but space, I want to only run 2. It just allows you to grab a ritual beast from your from your banished zone, from your banished. 2 Lara. This pretty much is only run a 2, not a 3, because ritual beasts don't really need their grave, and they don't do a lot with it, so you only run 2 Lara. And what Lara does is it just, when it's normal summon, grabs a ritual beast or spiritual beast. It actually says ritual beast, however, from your graveyard. So for the tamers, I'm running a 3-2-2 tamer engine, so 7 tamers. Onto the monsters, or onto the actual spiritual beasts. 3 Kanahawk, pretty much the most useful one. What it does is you can banish 1 ritual beast card from your deck face up, and during your second standby phase, you add it to your hand. So it's pretty much a gold Sark, and it can search monsters, spells, or traps that have ritual beast in the name. So that's why it's the most versatile in the deck, and must be run at 3. 2 Apelio, boosts attack by 500. Nice 1800 attack. That's really all it does. That's what I only run 2. Only 1 Dolphin, because you have to banish from your hand, and this deck actually kind of needs its hand and banish. So that's why I only run 1. Seen some people run it at 2, but I like it at 1. And to close off the monsters, 3 Penguin. This card helps set up your grave, right? Your grave. Yeah, it helps set up your grave for like your Apelio or your Tempest. And Tempest is a really, really good boss monster in this deck. One, it sets up your banish because it banishes 2 wins, so you can banish a tamer and beast from your graveyard or hand, and it sets up your banish zone for like an ambush or stuff like that. And plus, when it's banished, it searches out Debris Dragon, or Debris Dragon, I should say. Some people say you don't pronounce the S. I like to pronounce the S. But Debris Dragon is really, really good in the deck. You use it. You primarily use it to summon Dolphin, so you can go into like Lightning Chidori and stuff like that. So it helps speeds up the deck and XC summon. You can also use it on 2 of the Tamers, but if you were to synchro with it, you would have to synchro for a level 5 or level 6 Dragon Synchro monster. So that's it for the actual monsters. It's 18 monsters in all. Ugh, I cannot do this today. I normally can. 18 monsters in all. And onto the spells. I'm running 1 Bond. Primarily, it's an okay card. I mean, if you don't have a Tamer, but you have 2 monsters, you can play this and Fusion Summon. I mean, don't want to run it at 3 because it's too much at 3. 2, it's okay, but I think 1, it's at the best. So it's an okay card. You mainly contact Fusion, so you don't really need it, but I like it. 1 Gold Sark banishes your Tempest to get Debris or Debris Dragon to your hand. Or you can banish a Kanahawk, so you can search out your Kanahawk. Stuff like that. 1 Foolish helps set up your grave for Tempest, stuff like that. 1 Defy, because, well, I mean, this deck doesn't really care what you do to its graveyard. So yeah, if you play Imperial Iron Wall, though, this deck is screwed because cards can't be removed from play. Next, 3 Upstarts. I already mentioned why I'm running 3 Upstarts before I even got into the profile of this deck, so I'm not going to even try and explain it again. 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, because Vanities just shuts down the deck. Luckily, though, it's going to 1 during April 1st, so that'll help. 1 Book of Moon helps prevent the Snatch Steal, stuff like that. And 1 Raigeki to just get rid of, like, if your opponent spammed the board and you just want to get rid of it, you just go pow. And you say bye-bye to their monsters, and you go off. So for the spells, it's a 12 spell count. I mean, not bad. So that means I'm running a 10 trap lineup. I always somehow end up running 10 traps. I don't know how. But anyway, 3 Steeds, because Steeds is amazing. It's just amazing. It's the pop card in the deck. What it does is it destroys cards on your opponent's side of the field up to the number of Ritual Beast monsters you have. And since it doesn't designate the number when it's activated, say you have a fusion, you activate this, and then if your opponent doesn't have any response, you can chain the fusion effect to defusion, and then summon a Tamer and a monster, and you destroy up to 2 cards that your opponent controlled, and it's awesome. And a card that also goes really, really well with this is Ambush. Also, Ambush is good on its own because it's the Call of the Haunted of the deck, but it's better than Call of the Haunted for the deck because it summons from Grave and or Banish, which is, like, amazing. Now onto the one-of traps. 1 Macro, Floodgate, just like Defy, because you don't really care about your grave. 1 Solemn, 1 Bottomless, and 1 Compulse. Stop summons and help get rid of problematic monsters. So for the main deck, 40 cards. Standard number. This deck needs to be run at 40, no more, because you need consistency. So yeah. Here we go into the extra deck. 1, 2, 3. Apelio. Ulti Apelio. It's the Star Eater of the deck, pretty much. 2600 attack, and your opponent can activate anything when it attacks. Then 2 Pedo Dolphin. I mean, it's a good wall. Can't be destroyed by card effects. I mean, that's really all you use it for. So what I normally do is I go into Ulti Apelio. Then after I attack, I go into Pedo Dolphin in defense, and then next turn I go back into this, and it's just a never-ending loop. It's really fun. It's so trolly to your opponent, because they can't really get over it unless they somehow can attack over it. 2 Kanahawk. You could run it at 3, but I chose to run a rank 6 Xyz instead. Because sometimes I pull out 2 fusions, and they'll get like Fiendish Chained or something like that, and I can't defusion because I have no banished, because I don't know. But for some reason, I can't or whatever, or I just want to go into a rank 6. But anyway, Kanahawk is pretty much the big searcher. It returns 2 Ritual Beasts from the Banished to the grave, and then adds a Ritual Beast card from your deck to your hand. So that's really, really good. This is also one of the reasons why I can't defusion, because I will no longer be my fusion or my banished zone. And then the rank 6 is the Gauntlet Launcher. Really, really good because it constructs 2 cards, clear your opponent's board, and helps you win games. That's the bigger monsters. On to the rank 4s. 1 Lightning Chidori, of course, self-explanatory. Go into this mostly if you have a Debris and Dolphin in the grave. 1 Diamond Dire, really, really good, especially since the deck has beasts. 101, self-explanatory. Dweller, graveyard effects. Ragna 0 for Cleese. Photon, in case you play that 1 Burning Abyss or whatever. Get over the Dante. Or just you want to get over a monster that's in defense. And GGG Cowboy per game. So for the deck profile, guys, I hope you liked it. I'm still testing the deck. I hope you comment, like, and subscribe. And if you would, click on an ad because it helps with my Yu-Gi-Oh! Funding. So just take a few seconds out of your day and help me with my Yu-Gi-Oh! Funding. And I will be in your debt and very, very thankful. I'm out. Peace!